Latest for us. And Tim, you spoke to somebody who almost got on that bus.
Just moments before the bus crash happened, the good news is no kids were on that bus when it slammed into the Mustang down Frederick Avenue right here. Then that bus kept going and it crashed into this pillar in front of the Loudon Park Cemetery. You can see there's still pieces of the pillar here on the sidewalk, and that bus kept going until it hit that MTA bus. The aftermath of the bus crash looks like a bomb went off. Farida Begum says it sounded like one too.
Something like, like boom.
Begum's husband, Muhammad, was just about to leave for work when the crash happened.
This bus, normally he take.
Baltimore police say around 6:30, the school bus slammed into this Mustang, damaged part of the Loudon Park Cemetery, and then tore the side off the MTA bus. 6 people died, 10 people were injured. The Mustang was torn apart, but the driver walked away.
When I looked up, the bus was right on top of me, and I tried to swerve to get out of the way.
The driver of the school bus is among the dead. We're told the driver worked for the contractor AA Affordable Transportation Service.
You realize that Baltimore is a big city, but also a small town. When something like this happens, there's so many connections to the individuals who were lost today.
Tonight, the NTSB has more than a half-dozen investigators looking into the cause.
We will continue to gather factual information with the goal of ultimately determining the cause of the crash.
Begum is sorry to hear about the people who died, but she could not help but be thankful to have her husband.
So thank God they saved his life.
Again, no kids on that bus, but as soon as we get the names of the people who were on the bus, we'll let you know right away. Reporting live in Baltimore tonight, Tim Barber, ABC 7 News.
Terrible situation, Tim. Thank you. And now new at 11, horror at a Halloween party. 2 teens shot to death in Capitol Heights over the weekend. One of them just 14 years old and on the honor roll at his high school. Tonight, friends, family, and classmates remembered the victims of senseless violence. As Jay Korf reports, the motive is still a mystery.
You don't have to die. You can live.
Frustration and sorrow echoed through this Capitol Heights apartment complex Tuesday night during a vigil for Todd Webb, a 14-year-old gunned down here after a weekend party turned violent. Glass remains shattered from gunfire.
And lock your hands and hearts together.
Police say early Sunday morning at the tail end of a party that spilled outside. Over what, police are not certain. What we do know is that more than one person fired a gun. 6 were hit, 2 killed, including Webb and 18-year-old Brian Davis of Northwest Washington. Police allege 22-year-old Bravon Freeman shot and killed Webb. Freeman has been arrested. According to family members, Todd Webb was just walking home at the time of the shooting and wasn't even attending the party. Nearly 3 days later, a community activist made this plea to the young people of this community.
It's never too late. Make the difference. Be somebody.
Jay Korf, ABC 7 News.
Developing now, composite sketches in an abduction and sexual assault case. This happened October 22nd on Columbia Pike. Police say that a woman met 2 men at a restaurant. When she got into a car with them, police say that's when the men assaulted her at gunpoint and dropped her off on the side of the road. If you recognize the men in these sketches, police would like to hear from you.
Only on 7 tonight, police say he tried to kill 2 D.C. school administrators. So why is Justin Hedspeth going to a halfway house? Well, it's on a technicality. A judge said prosecutors took too long to indict him. He was ordered to a halfway house just 2 weeks before a 17-count indictment came down. Family members of the 2 victims will make a plea on Friday to keep him behind bars, and we'll let you know what happens. And this just into the ABC 7 newsroom tonight. A man arrested after his son brought a gun to school. Now, police say the preschool-age child was carrying a loaded semi-automatic pistol into Moton Elementary School in Southeast today. His father, Anthony Childs, now faces several charges.
Well, we have been telling you about it for weeks. Popular D.C. neighborhoods and parks teeming with rats. Tonight, talking solutions and how to get rid of the rodents. Tom Rousey tells us what was discussed.
It may have been my very first bill to act.
Tonight, D.C. Delegate Eleanor Holmes Norton brought together the National Park Service and D.C. residents. Some had different concerns about some of the dozens of NPS parks in D.C., among them DuPont Circle.
It's absolutely impossible to walk through DuPont Circle at time of day and not see a rat.
To say the least, it's not hard to spot rats in the circle. It's an issue that's gotten some attention.
A lot of the recent press was good humor, everybody got a good laugh out of it, but it's actually a really serious problem.
In the past, the city government would try to handle rats on city land, and the Park Service would try to handle rats on federal land. It didn't work well. So now there's a new agreement where the city can go after rats everywhere.
We know that rats don't know the difference between National Park Service land and city land.
The Park Service says it has one rat control employee on staff, but this agreement should help to limit what's become a big problem.
All right, now we're out here live, and as you can see, it is not hard to find these rats.